Hey there, everybody. So, over the past couple of weeks and months, I've been collecting these brand new figures from the Five Nights at Freddy's Funko line. Now, these are known as the Funko Snaps, and they're actually pretty cool little figures, especially whenever compared to their full scale action figure counterparts. Now, these little guys kind of take on a chibi art style, very overemphasizing some of their little facial features, and they're just really cute, little guys. Now, that being said, a lot of them are very over exaggerated and they have some really nice texturing to them, which is something that I, really enjoy as a FNAF fan. So these little dudes take some things above and beyond while they also kind of push aside some other things. That being said, a lot of the blood and gritty details on these guys really aren't factored into their snaps figures, especially, characters like the Springtrap, where I basically took it upon myself to go off and add the bloody, gritty metal bent part detailing, as well as you can, kind of take a look at the Nightmare Chica figure and just realize that, they had to make her look a little bit more kid-friendly than usual because, having something that looks like it could tear you limb from limb is probably not the most friendly of kids' toys. But with that being said, they take some characters that are usually kind of cute-looking in game, and they kind of, look terrifying. But that being said, these guys are honestly cute little playthings, and they're really not bad figures. I've seen that a lot of people have just been hating on them just because they're very stylized in their approach of these, characters that we know and love. But with that being said, is that really a bad thing? These little guys are just an alternative to the kid that gets sick and tired of their, Funko action figures breaking. These little guys, you can really get, get these guys around, really play with them, and they're not going to break on you at all. What they will do is do their namesake. Snap apart. They can snap in their heads, legs, bodies. These are the ultimate answer to what the Funko action figures don't do. And that is, be something that you can really play with. These little guys can really take a beating. And I mean really take a beating. And they will still be in working order. These little dudes are honestly a lot of fun. And if you really can't, go off and grasp about why I like these guys so much, well, when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of money growing up. So I purchased the Mystery Minis. And the Mystery Minis are really nice little collectibles, just like these guys. But in recent years, I've kind of fallen off the Mystery Minis, mainly because, they're very, very small, but they're very much like these guys. They're very stylized and cutesy and, this, that, and the other. But I could play with them if I wanted to. I could take these little guys and, bounce them around, do whatever the heck I wanted to, and, have some cool fighting scenes or whatever. And they would take a beating and just, keep with it. But back then, I didn't realize that, even though they were ultimately just toys, those little guys that I was playing with were going to be worth a lot of money. Now, these guys right here are mass-produced, and they don't have rarities to them. That being said, some of them are harder to find than others. Some of them come in more expensive packs than others, so they probably will be worth a hefty sum, but I don't have to worry about breaking off a small, thin piece of plastic, because all the parts that would usually be pretty thin on these characters, they're pretty dang hefty, and they're not gonna break. I mean, Bonnie, his ears on his action figure would snap right off. I'm applying enough pressure that it should be breaking the plastic right now. But it is not. It is not going to pop off. And I really have to give it some Go-Go juice to snap his parts off. And he's not going to break. The joints are made to where they are reinforced over and over again. These guys, unless you take a hammer to them, they're really not going to break on you. And that's something that, honestly, as a teenager and someone who's going to be an adult, honestly, I wish that more toys that were very intricate would be a little bit more like this, where they would have these details and have these gritty little parts and such, but they wouldn't be so fragile that they're going to break off. These are the ultimate yes to can I play with these figures? Because I could pass this, which I wouldn't, to a toddler, and I would go off and say, basically just play around with it. That being said, do not hand toddlers things with, little small parts. They might choke. And that would not be a good deal. So don't do that. But these guys, can take a beating and really just, work with it. They're not going to break. They're just going to do their namesake and pop apart. And that's what they're supposed to do. These guys are really cool, and people should stop hating on them just because they're stylized. If you're not going to complain about the mystery minis, then you really have no reason to complain about these little guys either. And I really hope that Funko keeps with these guys, because as a person who really wished that they could have played with their collectibles whenever they were younger, these little dudes, they're pretty good. And honestly, I think the kids of today would really, appreciate it. And I know that me as a collector now, I really do appreciate these little guys. And I think they're adorable, and I think they're very cute. And most importantly, they're durable. They're not going to break. They're not going to scratch. I can put them up on a shelf. If they fall, guess what? And I have had them fall. They'll pop apart, and that's going to be the worst of it. That being said, don't take fire to it. Don't, smash it with a hammer just to try to prove me wrong. Because, yeah, plastic will break whenever you do something, to attempt to break it. But these guys, they're not just going to break in your hands, They're not just going to, you're not going to squeeze them once and, oh no, that joint's never going back. It's, you would have to really show these guys a world of hurt in order to actually break these guys. And honestly, I can very much appreciate that these guys were very well made. Good on you, Funko. Good job. And yes, these guys are worth the money. You'll get a lot of playtime if you're younger. And if not, then, you might be in the market for an action figure or whatever, but I really think that you guys should give these little dudes a try, because these little guys, while also being cute, are very durable, and it looks like they might be the figures of choice for fans like me that want to display, but have figures that'll really last a nice while, because these little guys, I think, are going to be with me for a very long journey. And with that all being said, if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more of my content, and, more Funko Snaps, Funko Plushies, and things of that nature are coming your way. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and bye-bye! Oh no, I didn't stop recording. Whoopsie! Bye-bye!